drank a good amount of coffee last couple days. Doing deliveries, using it for cheap energy in the morning, late at night, getting like large coffees at like 9 p.m., which is really bad for you. It's not highly recommended, but I'm able to turn the energy from like a $2 coffee into $50, an extra like $50 of doing deliveries for like 3 to 5 hours. So for now, I need money. Try to do more things with the van, build up the van, be able to take the time to go through things I have and sell them while I still have bills to pay and things like that. So I gotta save up some more money before I can look into the van more and do stuff with the van. But with the additional coffee drinking and eating like high calorie burgers, fast food, stuff like that, my stomach has been kind of off. A lot of buildup of stuff in coffee. I don't know if it's acid or whatever. But when I woke up this morning, I had to meditate. I couldn't not meditate. My stomach could just be off all day, especially if I'm going to drink a coffee this morning. But I meditated. My stomach felt off. I targeted those areas where my stomach felt off. Deep breaths, breathing with my stomach. I'm able to target pockets of unsettledness, whether that's, I don't know if it's acid from the coffee or whatever. It's probably mostly coffee. I had tacos yesterday, but some tacos aren't gonna really upset your stomach unless you really dig into the fast food and eat a ton of fast food. But I had like 5 tacos and I was hungry, so not so much of that, probably more so how much coffee I've drank over the past 3 days to a week. But targeting areas of unsettledness, and really you build your skill in meditation and you're able to use it in a practical sense, in a self-healing sense, where I've talked about this in the past. You don't have to spend money on drugs and Pepto-Bismol and Rolaids and things like that when you have minor unsettledness. You're able to build up a skill that you possess within your own body through meditation, be able to target areas where you feel unhealthy, where you feel sick, where you feel any minor illness like upset stomach, and you're able to use meditation in a practical sense and resolve that. And you build, it's not only that you're doing it yourself and you're saving money and you're not putting unnecessary chemicals in your body or taking unnecessary medicine that you don't need to take. You're literally building a skill that gets stronger when you, like, every time you use it. If you don't use it, you lose it, and it doesn't get stronger. If you don't even know it exists, you're not going to try it, and you're not going to build the skill, and you're not going to, it's a whole other thing. But something that takes discipline, time, and effort is very difficult in today's society for people to grasp, for people to learn. And I understand that. Everything needs to be fast and fake and plastic, but I don't know. Like, that's just how people are, I guess. I must be an alien, but the more I've used meditation, the more I've practiced it, the more I've seen the benefits of it over long term and the skill building that it can create. Whether you have a headache, whether you have an upset stomach, whether you're stressed out, it's a great tool in relieving stress if you do it regularly. I have not meditated every day. The last time I meditated was probably a few weeks ago, like a serious sit-down meditation. I do like small ones when I'm sitting in the driver's seat for a couple minutes or something like that, a couple a week maybe, but not a serious sit-down. We're talking 15 minutes to a half an hour to an hour. Yesterday I sat down, I was thinking about meditating, but I was so tired in the middle of the day that I just took like an hour and a half nap. Both of those middle of the day are great. Meditation's great if you could do it. I would really like to do it 3 times a day. I'd really like to do it when I wake up, in the middle of the day to break up my day, probably a longer meditation session in the middle of the day, and then before you go to bed. Ideally, that's what I want to do. That's eventually when I don't have to make money to survive, and pay fucking bills in this fake society we live in, where we're I don't know. This might be a whole other video topic, but where we're like tricked into capitalistic servitude in a way, I guess you could say, for our own, to have our own securities medically and financially. We're tricked into capitalistic servitude, in my opinion. Call it what you will, but it's a pretty hard argument to deny once you get into the details of it. But I don't know. I just think it's crazy how useful and practical meditation is, and how it's a skill that can be built, and it can grow over time, and you can see increasing benefits from it in your health, which people pretend to care about, I guess. But if you really cared about it, you practice meditation, you would use it effectively, in your everyday life. If you really cared about your health, you're not lying to yourself, and you're not just a lazy person who can't practice discipline. Might be a little harsh, but hey, man, just dealing with people your whole life the way that they are, it's okay to be a little superficial, but to be really superficial and plastic and really expect, you don't see immediate benefits from something like meditation and you just give up on it. Pretty sad and pathetic, in my opinion. But I just hope people practice it more and it's more popular. It's kind of crazy that I make these videos and I talk about this, and there's some scientific videos about meditation and its benefits and things like that, but I don't see too many practical vloggers talking about it and using it and having meditation videos for how beneficial and important it is. And I make these videos and they get like a couple 10, 20 views, whatever, and like let's break through this wall. We can do it. We can do it as a society. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but I don't know. Sorry for being so harsh. It's just frustrating to me at times to think about these things and see the way that the world is, and see how people are, and see how these things work internally when I use them, and to see the disconnect. It's very frustrating for me. So I don't know. I hope you try to get into meditation, even if it's for 1 minute to 5 minutes today. And if you don't feel any immediate benefits, do some research on it. Continue to educate yourself and give yourself the encouragement to continue to practice it, even if you don't see initial benefits, and eventually build some discipline, be able to develop a skill like meditation and use it in your everyday practical life. I don't think it's that hard.